January 29th, 2024, and Tim brought over the climbing wall. Brother, I took pictures and I forgot to get them put in my PowerPoint. Sorry about that. You have it set up and probably who knows when. Less than a week, come try the world famous Dinosaur Adventure Land climbing wall. Bobby, you think you're going to try it? Huh?
That'll be great. I'm going to try it.
I didn't hear a word of that, but
I can't wait once we build.
you can't wait. It's okay. Just got to stand it up and do a few things to it. Anyway, tonight, John chapter 8, verse 31 will be starting in just a minute. We're on all kinds of different channels here. Let's see. Did you get Evolutionist's Worst Nightmare fixed up?
I did. We'll be able to go live tomorrow.
Go live tomorrow on there. Okay. Dr. Kent, the Science Gent, Genesis Baptist Church. When do we get that one back? Next week? Or? Okay. And Dr.Dino and on Odyssey and a whole bunch of places. They're all listed on drdino.com, our website. So please do that. Let's see. There we go. Dr. Kent, the Science Gent. That's a new channel. We like that one. Let's see. Oh, my cup is gone. Oh, well. Okay, we're an old-fashioned, independent, temperamental, fundamental, right-wing, radical, chicken-eating Baptist church, and you want to come down and visit, we'd love to have you. Genesis Baptist Church, straight north of Pensacola, 70 miles, in the itty-bitty town of Lenox, Alabama. You can help us stay open for free. Join our 777 club. Talk to Sandra, my wife, 855 BIG-DINO, extension 1. I'm extension 3 if you want to call me. I take calls all day and half the night. I think I'm going to shut off my ringer right now, just so it doesn't ring during the middle of service. There, okay. All right. You can make our website. Come on down, pay us a visit. Visitors come from all over the place, and I forgot to move the blue dot. Oh, there he is. John chapter 8. Nope, should be 29th. We're still in John chapter 8, though. I got to move the blue square. Never mind. Okay. Let's see. Right here. And slide number 1186. Been a busy day. Sorry about that. A little disorganized here right now. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him, if you continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That'd be a good thing, okay? And they answered and said, we be Abraham's seed. We were never in bondage to any man. We talked about that last time. They're crazy. They've been in bondage so many times, and they're still in bondage. Some of you are still in bondage to some sin, aren't you? Yeah. How sayest thou? Huh? No. How sayest thou? Ye shall be made free. Jesus answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. Now, you don't want to be a servant to sin. We covered that the other night. The servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. Do you want to be free in Christ? First, you got to get in Christ. You got to get saved, okay? I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me. What? Here's Jesus saying, you guys want to kill me. He's telling them, he knows, okay? Because my word hath no place in you. I speak that which I have seen with my Father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father. It's interesting. We see in the book of 1 John, way at the end of the Bible, John wrote 5 books in the Bible. He wrote the Gospel of John, which we're studying. Then he wrote 3 short letters, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and the book of Revelation. John was the youngest of Jesus' disciples, probably a teenager, and the only one that wasn't killed for his faith. Ended up dying of old age on the Isle of Patmos, which is a little bitty island in the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. 1 John, he said, this is the message that you heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, not as Cain, who was of that evil one, of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Why did Cain kill Abel? It's simple. His own works were evil, and his brothers were righteous. If somebody's trying to do right, evil people will just hate them because it makes them look bad. You know, a straight tree makes all the crooked ones look bad. Oh. And if you try to live right, they'll hate you just because you're trying to live right. That's a message from Cain and Abel there. Let's see. Back to John chapter 8. They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said unto them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth, which I have heard of God. This did not Abraham. Ye do the works of your father, the deeds of your father. Then said they unto him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even God. Jesus said unto them, if God were your Father, you would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. 42 times in the book of John, he said, he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech? Even because you cannot hear my word. I talk to some people sometimes, it's like they're just, their brain is gone. They don't hear what you're saying. You try to explain to some people, you really believe you came from a rock? No, we don't believe that. I show them right from their books where they do believe they came from a rock, and they say, no, we don't believe that. Okay. And they really think everything fit in a dot. All the stars, the whole planet, everything. This cup of water, everything was in that dot. Your whole body was in that dot. That is just mind-bogglingly dumb. Okay. Ye are of your father the devil, Jesus said. The lust of your father ye will do. See, it's okay sometimes to just call a spade, and Jesus did it. That's why sometimes, I get in my debates and stuff, I say, look, that is just plain stupid to believe such a thing. There's no kind way to say it. It is. Okay? He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he's a liar and the father of it. Satan is the father of lies. That's another long story. We'll do some other time. But because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. Which of you convinceth me of sin? Told all the people, look, you know me. Show me what sin I've committed, because he hadn't committed any. Okay? If I say the truth, why do you not believe me? He that is of God heareth God's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God. Well, he's calling them out. You guys, you hate me. You don't believe in me. You're not really, you don't listen to God's words. He's calling them out. You're not of God. Then answered the Jews and said to him, Say we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hast a devil? First thing they do when you point to somebody's sin is they start calling you names, right? First thing, okay? Calling you names that don't apply. He was not a Samaritan. He didn't have a devil. Jesus answered. It's okay to answer to skeptics once in a while. I don't waste a lot of time on them, but I try to teach a lot of the word. But it's okay to answer to skeptics. I have not a devil, but I honor my Father, and ye do dishonor me. And I seek not mine own glory. There is one that seeketh and judgeth. Verily, verily, I say unto you, if a man keep my saying, he shall never see death. Verily, verily. Look at that, John 8:51. Verily, verily. That means truly, truly. Why would he say it twice? I don't know. But it's in the Bible a bunch of times. John chapter 1, verily, verily. John 3, verily, 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 verily. It's in there, a whole bunch of, all of them in the book of John. 25 times in all, this phrase verily, verily appears, and all in the book of John. Truly, truly. Now pay attention. This is really true. He's trying to get their attention here. Okay. Then said the Jews to him, Now we know that thou hast a devil. Abraham's dead. And thou sayest, If a man keep my saying, he shall never taste of death. Art thou greater than our father Abraham, which is dead, and prophets which are dead? Who makest thou thyself? Who do you think you are, Jesus? He answered, If I honor myself, my honor is nothing. If it is my Father that honoreth me, of whom ye say that he's your God. But yet ye have not known him, but I know him. And if I should say I know him not, I shall be a liar like unto you. Calling them liars, calling them not from God. He's calling them out, and that's okay to do once in a while. But he said something strange there. He said, I know him. Question, do you know God? Do you know him? You try to be his friend. You try to walk with him and learn what he wants you to do. Do you know God? But I know him and keep his saying. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. Then said the Jews, Thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham? What a strange thing. Jesus said, Abraham rejoiced to see my day. Abraham was 2,000 years before Christ. But see, when Abraham died, he went to paradise, and he saw Jesus. He saw people down there, people in paradise or in heaven now. They're watching us. We're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. How many of you have ancestors, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, grandma, grandpa, that were saved, Christians, and they were already dead, and they're already up in heaven? Anybody got something like that? They're all watching us right now and watching us all the time. Your father rejoiced to see my day. And he saw it and was glad. And Jews said, You're not even 50. Have you seen Abraham? The scriptures was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed to him for righteousness. He was called a friend of God, from the book of James. Man, I want to be God's friend. But you better keep your heart clean if you want to be God's friend, okay? Jesus said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Here's another case where Jesus is claiming to be God, and he was. Moses said to God, when he was going to get the people out of Egypt, he said, Lord, who should I tell them sent me? What's your name? And God said, You tell them I am sent you. I am that I am. Whoa. So when Jesus kept saying, I am the bread of life, I am the way, the truth, and the life, they knew he's claiming to be God because he was God in the flesh. Then took they up stones to cast at him, but Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. Psalm 66, he said, come and hear, all ye that fear God. I will declare what he hath done for me. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. You got sin in your life? Better get it out. It's going to hinder God from listening to you. If you want to be his friend, you got to keep a clean heart. Try to keep your life. But when you sin, confess it. Lord, I'm sorry. That wasn't right. Forgive me. Okay, short Bible study tonight. It's freezing in here. Something's wrong with our furnace, and been a long day. So any questions real quick there, brother? That's the end of John chapter 8. Bought the Henry Morris Study Bible. Can't wait to. It's great. Henry Morris was a friend of mine in Dallas, Texas. He started the group Institute for Creation Research. He and Dwayne Gish. ICR.org. Great stuff. They produce a lot of good books on creation and the Bible. And Henry Morris did a Defender's Study Bible. This is the leather-bound edition. Ours is hardbound, right? We have both. Okay. Soft cover and leather. It's great. It's a King James Bible with Henry Morris's footnotes at the bottom. It's fabulous. Good. You'll get a lot of insight. He's the one who inspired me to get into the creation ministry. So good. Glad you bought that, Colin. Okay, let's see. It's a song, Kent. Verily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay.
Does the name Jesus really mean Hail Zeus?
Does the name Jesus mean Hail Zeus? Where's I don't see that slide. No. I don't remember the etymology of the word Jesus. I studied that a long time ago. But
Salvation.
it means what?
It's from Joshua, means salvation.
It's from Joshua. Yeah, same as Joshua. It's a Greek and Hebrew. It's like Peter and Pedro from Spanish and English. Jesus and Joshua. No, it doesn't mean anything about what you're saying there. Okay, what is the other one, brother?
Can you explain the verse that says the dead know nothing? Apparently he has an issue.
Explain the verse that says the dead know nothing. I know some living that know nothing. Man. I think as far as humans are concerned, when somebody dies, we don't comprehend them knowing anything. They look dead, and they are dead to us. But there's a spiritual world out there. I guess it's talking from man's perspective. It's like most of the things we do are from man's perspective. People say the Bible's wrong about the sun coming, the sun coming up and the sun going down. No, the Bible's exactly right. From all the humans, all the observers are here on Earth, and so the sun comes up and the sun goes down. Actually, we're turning under the sun. But I use the illustration. If I'm driving down the car and you're in the back seat and you say, Brother Hovind, would you pass me a Coke? So I grab the Coke and I pass it back. If we're going 50 miles an hour north, did I pass the Coke south? Well, technically, no. I might have slowed it down from going 50 to 40, so it ended up back there, but the Coke still went north. If somebody was outside watching this happen, they would say the Coke was going 50 miles an hour, slowed down to 40, and the guy in the back got it. But the Coke kept going north. So all the observers are in the car, though. There isn't anybody out there watching. So it's perfectly fine to say sunrise, sunset, all that kind of stuff. Not a problem at all. Okay, any more?
Last one. Do you remember the name of the prison guard that befriended Paul?
The name of the prison guard that defended Paul, or befriended Paul.
Befriended.
Huh?
Befriended.
Befriended, yeah. Does it give his name? Acts 16? I don't think it gives his name, the prison guard. Maybe Acts 16 is the story. Well, he's in prison several times. So, no. Sorry, I don't remember that one. Okay, any more?
Okay, hold on. Please tell Kent.
Please tell Ken I like the shirt. Makes me want to drink a margarita. I've never had a margarita. Is she dead? Or who's Margarita?
It's a drink.
It's like all the drink.
No. Somebody gave me a whole bunch of Hawaiian shirts. I got, I think, 40 or 50 of them now.
A lot.
But it's not very warm in here, and it's not enough to keep warm. Okay. Any more, brother?
That last one.
Thoughts on the 1,000-year reign. Okay, see now, and I did a chart on this and a book and a video series on what on earth is about to happen, for heaven's sake. I just dropped it here. If you get my video series, there it is. Whoa, 21 hours teaching on answering this question. And my chart is $10. On the back is all the stuff on the Bible verses dealing with Daniel and Matthew, Mark, Luke. Basically, all of human history divided up into 7,000 years, 1,000-year chunks. There's the creation, the flood in the days of Noah, about 1,500 years after the creation. Jesus came 2,000 years ago. And then here we are today. This little yellow stripe is the 7-year tribulation time. It is greatly expanded to be this up here, 7-year period. I go through this in my book and on my video series. I spent a lot of time on this. The 1,000-year period is called the Day of the Lord, and it has two distinct parts to it. The first couple of years is the time of God's wrath. The Bible talks about the wrath of God falling in the day of the Lord, and all the verses about it are here in this dark purple section. Let's see, Revelation 14:7, Revelation 15:4, got a whole bunch of them. Then nearly 1,000 years of it is great blessing. So there's a time of God's wrath when he really cleans house. Then we return with him, Jesus, on white horses, we return with him for the battle of Armageddon, and then he sets up his reign, and Satan is cast into the pit, and we're ruling and reigning with him for 1,000 years. That's called the millennium. Milli means 1,000, like a millimeter, millipede, etc. Okay. Someone scanned the code. I get that's good. Okay. Thank you for your answer. Love your chart. Thank you. Okay. See you tomorrow. John chapter 9. We'll get into that tomorrow.